Hi, welcome to episode 6 of my series of videos titled Favorite Song I Taught This Week. This week's episode is the Simon and Garfunkel classic, The Sound of Silence, and it comes courtesy of my Thursday afternoon student, Robbie Baldwin. Great choice, Robbie. Love this song, I've always loved it, and man, it's fun to play. Pretty technical if you're playing what I'm about to show you, but it's also pretty easy if you're just strumming the chords. So I'm just going to knock out a couple of talking points real quick and jump right in. Number one, the song is capoed at the 6th fret. And my good buddy Dan Western, who's an incredible saxophone player and teacher in Tuscaloosa, sent me a text after one of my videos a few weeks ago saying, can you translate all of this guitar crap for us other musicians? 6th fret B and 7th fret G and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to shout out the real chords of this song. We're actually in the key of E flat minor. And for the sake of those of you that are just curious what the chords of this song are, it starts with an E flat minor for 2 bars. And then you have D flat major for 2 bars, E flat minor for 2 bars. Then you have C flat and G flat. C flat and G flat again, and then you have C flat and G flat again, back to E flat minor, back to G flat, D flat, and E flat minor. Those are the chords. Basically, in the key of E flat minor, you have a 1, flat 6, a flat 7, and a 3 chord, and that's the song. For those of us that are not astute to those kind of terms, it's totally cool if you're not. We're going to talk about shapes like chords like A minor and G and C and F. That's basically what you need, is a C and A minor and F and a G shape to play the basic chords of this song. So the basic chord progression, I'll knock that out, and then we're going to learn all of this cool stuff, all of the arpeggiated figures and whatnot. So once the song starts and it gets going, and we get past the first verse and it's all strums and the electric guitar arpeggios become more of the background than the foreground of the song, you have this basic chord progression of G, then you have A minor, then you have F and C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, F. It. Now every verse has a little variation here or there where the words are longer, and what was a 2/4 measure that I just played through might become a 4/4 measure, or so on and so forth. But that's the basic order of the chords for the first, I believe, the first 2 full verses. Maybe it's just the first verse, but nonetheless, that's the order they come in. Now on to the really fun stuff, the technical. Not that that's not fun, but all of these beautiful passages that Paul plays on the electric guitar. So he starts basically capoed, like I said, at the 6th fret, and there's going to be a lot of cross-picking technique, which we talked about in one of my previous videos with a Beatles song, where you're basically picking whatever string you're picking, make it go the direction of the next string that you're going to play. So this opening passage uses G, E, B, E. G, E, B, E. Those are the strings. He's pressing the 2nd fret of the G string. So that will be just this. The rhythm is 8th notes throughout. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we're off into the verse. Now when we hit the verse, darkness, my old friend, as soon as the word friend drops, we're in the verse. Now we're using the 2nd finger on the B string, and we're only going to pick G and B for this, G string, B string, and we're playing a melody on the G string. So just open G, hit the B, keep your finger stationary there, 2nd fret of G, 4th fret of G, back to the 2nd fret, like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then the next passage, the chord is A minor. Previous chord for that passage was G, in case I didn't say it. So now we're on to the bars of A minor, and what we're doing here is G and E back and forth, and we're walking the G string like so. 2nd fret of G, open E, 4th fret of G, open E, 5th fret of G, open E, 4th fret of G, open E, like so. 2 measures. Then it gets a little bit more chord fingering based, where you're holding triads, and here you're going to hold an F chord, which is barred E and B's at the 1st fret, and then 2nd finger on G2. And you're playing this passage, basically it's going to go F, and then it's going to go from F to C like so, which is just going to require a 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B. So we're playing F and C like so, but we're going to pick through it. And so what he plays for those chords is basically the pattern of G, E, B, E, like this. But there's a little figure he plays on C right here. So you play it once, F, C, then you're going to play this little figure. You're going to play 1st fret of the E string, open E, B string, which you're already pressing, and then back to the E, like that. 1 and 2 and then stay on C and resume the figure you had going, which was G, E, B, E. So I'll play that all together. So it's F for 2 beats, C for 2 beats with the same pattern, C for 2 beats with this figure, and C for 2 beats with the pattern we just played for F and C. Here it comes. F, C. Basically does that twice, but the second time when you get done with the figure, you will not arpeggiate C. So here's the second time around. So it just cuts off there as it goes back to F. Now this time when we go to F, you're going to play that same pattern for 2 beats, G, E, B, E, but then you're going to play a F sus4 and then resolve it to an F, just playing G and E, G and E. Here's that measure. Here it comes again, G, E, B, E, G with the 3rd fret, E, now take the finger off, G with the 2nd fret. And you're going to play that measure 2 times. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and... Now you're going to play the exact same motif, but up a string and with a C chord. So you're going to play 2nd fret of D, open G, and 1st fret of B. And you're going to play the same, your right hand's doing the same thing, it's just shifted up a string. So you're going D, B, G, B, and then D, B, D, B, back and forth. So D, I'll do that again. So the same sus4 motif, but now with the C chord. D. Cool. One measure like so. Oops, sorry. Now the next measure, you're going to play the same, just the pattern of D, B, G, B, and then you're going to turn it into A minor, and then you're going to turn it back into C. So you're playing the C chord, A minor, C, like so. So I'm going to play that passage from F. C, C, A minor, C. And I'll suggest here, take your middle finger back up here to the B string, 5th fret, or third fret. And we're playing kind of like we did earlier, where we're climbing the G string or playing a melody on the G string and just pedaling it against the B. So we're playing 2 strings here. G, B, but our pattern on the left hand will be open, 4th fret, 2nd fret, 4th fret on the G string. Here it comes. Like that. Then stay there, stay on the 1st finger, 2nd fret of the G string. You're going to pedal it against the high E. G and E strings only here, and you're going 2nd fret, hit the E, 4th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret. Earlier we played that same passage. You could use your pinky on the 5th fret. That's great if you do. You can just use your 3rd finger, whatever you like. But nonetheless, you do it for one measure, and then land on the A minor. So now, I will try not to mess this up, but I'll play the whole passage. All right, so the intro is 2 bars. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Now we're in the verse. F, C, F again, C, F, sus 4, again, C, sus 4, C, A minor, C, G, A minor. And that's it. That's the sound of silence. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. Thanks.